Hello people, how are we doing today? My name's Josh and I just wanted to speak about an important and possibly one of the most important and powerful spiritual alchemical life choices you can make, and that is called the practice or lifestyle of a Bramacharya or Bramacharya. So in terms of the Hindu Sanskrit, a lot of sages in India will speak about this. They'll speak of this sexual transmutation, this sexual abstinence, and there's a few points I just wanted to make today about how to really become a lot more successful with it, how to not approach it as something that is challenging, which first of all comes from a lot of people see this thing as no-fap semen retention is some sort of challenge. It's like a discipline that men are recommended to do, even though, some people say, well, you don't have to do it, but it's still good. Realistically, for thousands of years, we've kind of allowed a lot of convenience to occur in our lives, and we've created this system in which we've allowed a sort of dark force to maintain this system for us, and we've completely forgotten about it. So this system has created a lot of convenience over time, and therefore replacing our primal instincts with convenient attribution. So what I mean by this is our sexual energy has been taken for granted over many centuries, or possibly even thousands of years, as things became a lot more sexualized and slightly more perverted, instead of sexual energy being this spiritual essence of us. It's very recently become a very daily occurrence that it's like a daily indulgence, the most powerful daily indulgence, and possibly one of the most addictive as well. And also this does counteract with our emotional well-being and how we approach other things in life. So as a Bramacharya, one must approach this thing as an identity, because it's not a discipline. Because if it was a discipline, it would be separate from our true nature. It would be something that we consider as something that would help us, but would also amplify our already innate natural state, which is not true, because it's the complete opposite. It's actually the way we're supposed to live. We're supposed to all be celestial beings. We are all celestial beings anyway. We always have been, and we just need to remember that. So when approaching celibacy as an identity and not a discipline, becomes in your reality bolted into your psyche as if it's your eye color, as if it's something about your body and your life which is unchangeable because you was born with it. It's the same when you're a kid. When you're a kid, you go through puberty, and then for some reason you're expected to masturbate 21 times a month, according to the NHS, to prevent yourself from getting prostate cancer. So there's no experiments, there's no statistics to actually prove that to be true. It's all bullshit. So stop believing what you're being told by mainstream media, and just look back at the history of spiritual scriptures. They all say the same thing about them. The chi, the sexual essence of us, the primal essence, So it takes a long time but patience to really transmute this energy naturally and just sort of let go of these obsessions over sexual desire. Because every time you look at someone, look at a female, look at a man who you're attracted to, and for men and women, what do you think about first? Do you immediately look at their body parts, in which relates to sexual arousal, which is what we've been programmed to think like subconsciously? Or do you look at them as a human being? Do you look at them as a celestial, sovereign being? So it's important to remember that the words right now and the actions, the feelings, celibacy is not just abstinence from sex, it's abstinence from the lustful thoughts, it's abstinence from the speech and the action, the emotions. Do not entertain any emotions or thoughts that may not even relate to sex, but they do, even if you don't think that they do. Anger, fear, and arousal, and other low frequency feelings are feelings that just relate to, the desire to chase a physical experience, a temporary physical experience to feel complete. These are all small pleasures. So as a celibate, you need to consider, when you let this thing go, you've also got to let everything else go eventually that doesn't serve you, which is 90% of your mind, the average person's mind, which is lust. They think about something else. They think about they need to do this thing, they need to complete this task, they need to have this experience, they need this pleasure to feel complete, to feel acquainted, to feel allocated as a human being, to feel this sense of satisfaction. And don't get me wrong, when you take these things away, depression comes up, and it's very, very powerful how depressed and fearful you really was until you give these things up. And it's a matter of not dwelling on anything apart from putting your mind and thought forms on the timeline of joy, infinite joy, which is where we are heading if you really just manifest the thoughts and words necessary into your reality, and they become the truth. Then you feel it, you see it, you experience it, and therefore you don't need any physical pleasure to satisfy you, because you've got this internal love which measures on a magnitude which makes all other physical pleasures look like nothing but kindergarten level. And it's very powerful. So you'll realize how beautiful nature is. You'll realize how beautiful people are. Everyone. You'll realize how beautiful you are. And it's just a matter of patience and reminding yourself these things are not a part of us. None of it. No lust is a part of us. Lust is but convenience, creates suffering, consciousness depletion, which is the only form of suffering there is. Celibates, if you become a body, speech and mind celibate for 2 to 3 years, you will fully transform the energy in which you was giving out there into yourself, and you become a celestial, infinite being. You become immortal. You feel your spiritual immortality within you. It's the most beautiful thing ever. Another thing is, when you let these things go, like I said, remind yourself that the now is the only time in which you need to manifest the now. There's no point in anticipating the future. You've got to feel your infinite self, feel your space, your vibration, your cells are made of color, light, love, and you will feel this. Put yourself on this thought form all day, every single day, and it becomes easy, so easy. So stop viewing NoFap as a challenge, because it's not. It's our natural selves, and it becomes easy. When you bolt this into your system, then you just learn how to instantly let it go. Healing is instant. So I hope this helped someone in the world, and I'll be back soon for another video. So have a good day, guys. I love you all. Peace.